You're listening to Navid Moosa of the Mindset Movement. Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. I'm your host today and always for the Mindset Movement. Listen, each and every week, what we try to do is bring you guys value. We try to bring something to the table that I'm sure you've probably heard before elsewhere, but we give our spin and take on it. And each and every week, we'd like to thank our listeners, new listeners. Thanks for giving us this opportunity. We appreciate that chance, and we hope we earn it and you come back. Loyal listeners, thanks for coming back. Thanks for keep continuing to giving you opportunities to earn your trust and earn your loyalty. And as always, if you like it, subscribe and please share it. Today is going to be a quick and dirty one. I try to make them quick and to the point, but the today's premise conversation is based off of flexibility. Anytime you become self-employed, anytime you have a flex schedule, that comes with responsibility. So with flexibility comes responsibility, I guess what I'm trying to say. And here's what I mean. I have recently hired an intern to do some odds and ends here once or twice a week for me to get basically data. So I can produce leads. For those who are first time listeners, my main business is real estate and I buy and sell homes, not just for myself, but for clients. And so I'm always in the process of finding a way to streamline getting data and getting it at a cost, at a relatively cheap cost, if you will. Um, so the person who I've hired to do this job is a great kid, smart kid, bright kid, but the realities of life are starting to hit him, it seems, um, because he's been given flexibility. He has been given an opportunity, in my opinion, to really grow. He's been given an opportunity to become what others have seen in him. And I think he sees it in himself, but what I don't think he realizes is what it's going to take to get to that version of himself. And when you are given a role, and that role allows you freedom, and that freedom is time, and that freedom is decision making, that freedom is what goals you kind of want to accomplish and set, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, having said that, some of that does fall on me because I need to give him some kind of direction. But like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, right? So I can give him the goals or the directions, but he still has to follow them and follow them through. And on that path, there are certain decisions he has to make on the fly. And that goes with anybody. So when you're like, okay, I'm gonna be this entrepreneur and be this self-employed or do this side hustle or do whatever, there's no boss. There's no boss in front of you looking over your shoulder in front of you, or I shouldn't say in front of you looking over your shoulder. All right, let's scratch that. Let me start over. When you go to this lifestyle of being an entrepreneur, side hustle, whatever, there's no boss looking over your shoulder. Make sure you're getting work done. There's no one in your face in front of you screaming. It's just you. You're over your own shoulder. Ooh, there. All right, Chris. Sorry, guys. Screw that one up there. Um, let's kind of cut some here. When you take this lifestyle of being an entrepreneur, 9 to 5 or whatever, there's no boss looking over your shoulder. There's nobody in your face. There's no time sheets or anything to clock in and clock out. You have to make your own path and make your own goals. And so you have to manage your time. And it's kind of hard, right? When you've been given the flexibility of, hey, as long as you get this done today and this done tomorrow, that's all I care about. Okay, that sounds cool, but how are you going to manage that? How are you going to take that responsibility on of actually accomplishing these goals when no one is there looking over your shoulder? You have to do that. And that sounds simple, but it's not. Because when you're given all this, when you're told for so many years, you've given a structured life, right? You go to school, you wake up, you go to first period, second period, third period, right? And then you graduate, then you go to college and you structure there for the most part. Then you go get a job, and your job says you work 9 to 5, Monday through Fridays. You got to have mandatory meeting on this day and this time. Your life is structured, and that's really, really simple. Now, all of a sudden, it's as long as you get this done from this time, that's it. What happens? You goof off, you take a very long lunch, you sleep in, you go and you scroll down, your phone, you keep scrolling in that black hole of social media. Um, it does take, it's a lot more than people realize. But understand, if you can conquer that, if you can become responsible for yourself with the new duties of a flexible schedule, you can really then move forward and move on and get other things accomplished. I don't think people realize that. I think they see this newfound freedom and like, oh, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of personal stuff done while I'm getting paid. You're not getting paid though. Think about it. If you're doing personal stuff, unless you are someone who's established and you have rentals and you have passive income and have all other things coming in, okay, you can go get your hair cut and still make money. But when you're new and you're just starting, it's not that sexy. It's not that simple. It's very doable. It's something that can be accomplished. It's something that millions of people do day in and day out. But what you see on social media is is a result of years and years of hard work. Okay, so when you're given this newfound freedom of being flexible, this newfound freedom of making your own choice and accomplishing the goals that have been set out for you, but you must create that path on how you set them. Understand and put yourself in check. Understand and realize yourself that, okay, yeah, no one's looking over my shoulder, but I still got to get this done. So you have to time block, you have to write down a schedule, you have to create a schedule. It's all on you. It is. It's really all on you. It's very simple to rely on somebody else, like, oh, tell me what to do. Well, then you're not built for this. You're just built to be an employee. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to admit that to yourself. If you say it's easy for someone just to tell me what to do and how to get it done, I'll just get it done. You're not meant to be, and you're not meant to be self-employed. You're not meant to be that leader. You're just meant to be an employee and have your employer tell you what to do. And again, nothing wrong with that. I just think you're fooling yourself if you can't admit that to yourself. It may not be what you want to hear, but it's the truth. So, um, let me do that one part over again, Chris, because my phone was ringing. May not be what you want to hear, but it's the truth. Not everybody is meant to be an employer, and that's okay. You just got to admit that to yourself. And the sooner you admit what you can and can't do, then you have to question. You have to question that, saying, "Well, I can't do it because I don't want to. I can't do it because I really can't do it. I can't answer that. Only you can." So that's all I got for y'all today. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Be safe out there. Be smart. Be courteous. Be kind. And as always, every single week, in and out, week in and week out, Whew, man, I'm having a tongue twister today. As every single week in and every single week out, I say the same thing, and that is, I forgot what that is. What I haven't done a podcast in a while. Shit, what do I say? Oh yeah, do right by a client, everything else will fall into place. That's it. So let me just start that over again, Chris. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you like this podcast, please share it and drop that like button. And if it's your first time, please come back and check out the old podcast as well. And be good to each other, be good to yourself, be safe out there, be responsible, be courteous, be kind, and above all else, do right by the client, and everything else will fall into place. All right, take care. Talk to y'all next week. See ya.